ready and it's deployed, the URL is already there. Just Control C and then Control V, and then you can browse the application even when it does not exist yet. Your web application is running and waiting for your developers to push the actual content. This is the custom domain. At the end of the day, this is not what will go to your customer Chevron. What will go to your customer is chevron.net or chevron.com or something, all right? But the DNS would help you convert this one to that one. That one is a simple thing. Operations people will do it. But it just means that, oh, is this application actually running? Like the lady was trying to find out. So this is one with, they said they deployed the application. Is it really running? This is what to check. They say, oh, it's running, it's fine. Oh, everything, oh, it's beautiful. So that's the custom to it. And then certificates. Remember we talked about certificates? So certificates will be like now, you see the HTTPS here. That is an SSL certificate that makes this site secure. This is secure site. Now, you may not really appreciate this, but ideally, these are unique and individual services that will be putting on the application one by one to bring it to this stage. If we were working on a infrastructure as a service platform, but because this is a platform as a service, everything is already created for everything. You don't know how much effort it will take you to create a certificate and bind it to this manual. But now the certificates are already there and is bound to your application. But in case you say, I don't want your certificate, I already have my certificate issued by social company or that I created by myself in my vault. I want to bring it in. And you can add your certificate here and then you can upload. All right. Networking is about how, yeah, we looked at this before. So we looked at a lot. Networking, scale up, scale out, service connector. We'll talk more about service connector. And then locks. What is locked and what is not locked. All right. So that is about how to create app service. Now that your app service is running inside your app service plan, you can now tell your developers, because you also give them, remember you give them access. If we go back to access now, access control, and then we see view access, we see eligible assignments. We are expected to see that the dev that we gave earlier on is inherited access here. View my access, check access. Okay, if they didn't inherit like I expected, then we have to give check on with my access, view who has access, then add access role. Registration succeeded. What did I register? Registration. I didn't need to register anything. Okay, so if that is not already appearing like I expected, then we'll have to give it at this level as well. So it just tells us that security is not, we call it zero trust. Don't just trust somebody, don't trust the security permission I give on one level and just say because this is another level, therefore it should apply. No. So zero trust applies here. We'll come here and also give access again at this level. Just like we did before. And then who are the developers? They belong to this group. Yes, we'll take them and then we'll give them out. All right. So that is that, and then we are done. So now that we are done, even though the application is not there yet, we already have control as the security engineer or application engineer for this application security. So that is it. All right, so before we round up on this, let me quickly take you through one or two things. So we talked about backup, we talked about scale out. Let's talk about deployment slots. You may not understand it, but I'll just give you an overview so that you have an idea what the people you claim you are working with at the interview, at least you have an idea what they do. And therefore, you now understand your role better based on, oh, is that what developers do? All right, so let's go to deployment slots. So did you understand? Do you remember that we had a diagram like this?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, let me draw the diagram. Okay, so we said this is operations. It is what you push into operations that becomes functional. So we said you could have, normally you have at least three environments in operations. So we have this environment called dev. Normally, it's not always like this, but this is one of the architectures that is easily practiced. So the development environment, the developers will push their code there and run their code. Now the code run well, the application is running. Now they know that the application is running in Azure Cloud. So there's no problem. So they push from there to this environment called test, or other names such as dev test. Yeah, test is a popular name. So this is where we do all of the compliance tests, security tests. Is it browsing well? Customers will look at it and say, Chevron, is this what you expected? Does this application meet the requirement that you have given to us? And everybody will do their test and confirm, yeah, it is beautiful. We are ready to launch. And then they will approve. And then once they approve, then this application will now move into production prod. And this is where it goes live. It is this one that is the live TV that is connected to the world. Right here, even though we're operating operation, the world was not seeing it. In other words, this is probably viewed through authentication. And this one also is viewed through authentication. You don't leave it open so that somebody does not mistakenly go and type the URL and see it. For this one, no authentication. Every time they can Harry can now type www.chevron.com and they will find it. So these different environments, we can create them like this. This is one way to create them. You see this environment? Deployment slot. So we can come here and say, add one more slot and call this slot dead. And then we say clone the existing application environment, all right, and add it. All right, so that diagram we had earlier on of 3 servers in operation. This is how we create. And this is how you can create it. So one more is creating. So right now we have only production running. Now we have production and dev. Right? And then we can go ahead and create one more and say test. And then we say, just take one of the existing and clone it. Clone means make a copy. You see how easy it is to create those 3 environments? Same thing. But one is production, that is live. The others are for in-house testing, experimenting, working. And then once it's perfect, we'll push it into production. So that's why the production is green. The others are not. They are running, costing you money. And then the concept of, somebody was asking, was this in this class? Somebody was asking, no, not in this. Hot, cool, hot, or whatever. You can decide that even though these are 3 servers, I want to use them in a different way. I want my traffic to be shared between this server and this server. So instead of the 100% of traffic going there, you can say, let's do 50-50, or let's do 30-30-30, or whatever. But I think we're going to that. But the whole idea is that you can actually create this kind of environment so that they can have access to different environments within the operation, and then they can use this for the education. That's like it. Again, this is not coming from your head. It's not your personal property. The organization. I mean, they call it requirement. So for every project, there is a detailed requirement telling you what to do for every ticket, for every project. This is what we want to achieve. this is what to do, right? What we want to achieve is customers have been complaining that due to this, they are logged, they are not able to connect to our production server and then we're reason that it's because of heavy traffic. So why don't we spin up another server, at least temporarily, so that we share the workload between these two servers and customers are no longer logged out impromptu or they are no longer kept waiting just to connect to our website because today is sales day. So you can do something like this, or even do 3 and do 30, 30, 30. Although there are other ways to do it, but just to give you an idea how this works. All right. So that's the meaning of backup, scale out, deployment stuff. Any questions?